Thursday, there was a groping of a reporter covering this women's carnival, and she was touched by this man who, to my knowledge and to the reporting of CNN, has not been caught yet. But we do know, however, speaks German. I want to make sure I got that language right. And this occurred in Cologne, Germany. I know to spell it, but I know how to pronounce it. And seeing this really reminds me of the bogus allegations of sexual misconduct that I can recall throughout high school. I always thought of sexual harassment as something obscene a person says to another, or to violate the personal space of another person. So if I put my hands on some woman, then yes, that's sexual harassment. If I say something that indicates a romantic interest that is, again, obscene or profound in the way of essentially conveying that I have a desire to, for example, have intercourse with that person, I think that's intricate as well. But I used to have kids who, just around me, would say, "Oh, he told her that she looked hot. Oh man, that's sexual harassment." And every time I would hear that, yeah, you kind of want to laugh at it, but it's also something you don't want to take as a joke, because it's not a joke. You can't put your hands on people, especially in that manner, where it's, the worst possible way to touch a person is to do it without their consent. And not only expect to get away with it, as I'm sure this guy probably has, we don't know who he is, he's so far gotten away with it, but he also, I'm betting, doesn't have any remorse, would have turned himself in otherwise. And it speaks volumes about a person's character that they can't condone what they've done. They have to hide from it. You're over here touching somebody and you're going to run off. And some people will say that's smart, that's tactical. You get to touch someone and not get in trouble over it. Yeah, that is to an extent clever, but not really, because we know what he looks like, we know what he sounds like, and we apparently know where he hangs out too, because he certainly wasn't an immigrant. He could speak that language, from what's being reported, with some level of accuracy. And you don't get too many people knowing Germany, or knowing German, that don't come out of Germany. It's not a language that is really that prolific. And I guess no language can necessarily be tied to a country, and have people elsewhere be rare in having it. So if you went to Japan, how many people over there are gonna speak English? It's that type of mentality I'm having right now with this story. And I'm bringing that up along with the other 2 points to again highlight why this guy isn't smart for doing what he did. If you're going to do something of this nature, especially a crime that is something you really didn't have to do, you really had no motive other than your own sexual gratification, do it in a way that is not idiotic. And I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas, but what person who is of a sound mind and desires to not be caught, to act out their sexual desires and also not be caught, will go around running around with their face uncovered or exposed? So now if she sees him again, let's say a police lineup, there he is, that's the person who did it. And I'm glad, because you don't get away with this. No, you don't. And I know I'm relating those stories, probably wasn't relatable at all, but I tried and I gave my best effort to satisfy the viewers, the 3 or 4 or 5 people who watch this. So overall, I hope he gets caught. Hope the woman doesn't have any more incidents of this nature. I really hope over there they just get rid of that touchy-feely nonsense, because it's getting annoying, even over here in America, to read about, and I can only imagine how troubling it is for the women over there. They have my utmost sympathy and respect for being able to walk away from this, or at least attempting to. And hopefully the person who did this gets caught. Have a good day.